What's up, guys? Today we will be doing a snipe filter video for these new Season 8 Super Packs with every endgame, every invincible, and every Season 8 card. Let's get it. So for the first filter we will be using is endgame cheapest. So you go to dark matter, or you don't have to have dark matter, it doesn't matter. But then you go to endgame and max buyout around, I believe, 77,000 right now. And so 73,000 is cheap as Dwayne Wade. So I might actually pick that up because the market is very high right now. And if I can sell it for 81. So no, you can sell it for about 80,000. So those are not snipes. That is not a snipe because I'm going to try buying for about 65,000. And I would recommend scrolling on the cheapest card so you have the best chance of seeing a different card like Bol Bol, and Jokic, Giannis, and all of them. Alright, so for the next filter we will be using is the endgame center filter, which is about the same, but you just take the buyout away and put that as it. And this is a very long scroll, so you might have to enable David Robinson unless you have fast scroll on next gen, but I'm on current right now, so I'm not using fast scroll. So there's that filter. Alright, next filter, we're staying along with all the endgame filters, is endgame central. So you go to endgame, then you go to division central, and on this filter you can see these are the cards that are buy nows. So if you want, you can buy Lonzo and enable him, because then you can be on 100K and there would only be a Scottie Pippen, 2 Scottie Pippens, and you could just scroll on that. Or you can go to your max buyout and go max buyout to 78,000, I believe. It should be around there. So no, it's a little bit higher, so maybe 80,000. But so yeah, these cards keep fluctuating, so make sure you don't pick them up for the wrong price. So here's 2 Lonzos. So I'm just going to scroll on these Lonzos, and if you see any other cards like MJ, Kareem, Giannis, LeBron, any of them, pick them up as quick as you can. And on the endgame cheapest filter, if you see any of those cards pop up like if you see a Lonzo or a Scottie pop up, make sure to pick those up for 65K because they are snipes. Because on this filter, people are just going to put them up for cheapest. But when you're on here, you might see one for really cheap. So the next endgame filter is endgame and team we'll do Bucks first. Team Bucks, and then max buyout 100K or minimum buyout 100K or minimum buyout 500. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to do minimum buyout 500 and just refresh on this, and you can see like Kareem, you can see Giannis. I think it's just Kareem and Giannis that you can see. But this filter, I have seen Kareem on, but I did miss it. But it is an active filter. So for the next team filter, we are going to go Team Lakers and do the exact same thing. You can see Kobe, you can see Shaq, you can see Magic. And you set your minimum buyout to 500 and keep refreshing on this. Alright, now we will go on to the next filter, which is going to be the invincible cheapest filter. So you go to theme, invincible, and max buyout around 16,500. And the cheapest are like Drazen Petrovic's and Glenn Rice and all of those people. Alright, so he sold. So there might be one around 17,000. So yeah, Glenn Rice and Drazen Petrovic. So pick any of these guys up for about 13,000. And if you see any like Shaq's or Kristaps or Giannis's or any of those expensive ones, pick those up as quick as you can. Alright, so for the next filter, we'll stay along invincible, but we'll go center invincible. Max buyout around 30,000. And you'll see DeMarcus Cousins, and you'll see Marc Gasol, and you can see other people, but these are the most common ones. And so there's 29.5 right now. So we go to 29.5, and I would just scroll on the cheapest one and pick these guys up for about 24,000, 23,000, and pick anyone else up you know is expensive, like Shaq or Kristaps for whatever price they pop up as. Alright, so for the next filter, we will be going over the George Mearson filter. So you set your name to George Mearson, colored dark matter, max buyout around 25,000. Alright, so he went down a bit, but this is a very good filter because when people rip those packs, they don't realize his price, and they put him up for cheapest, like 5,000, and you can see those pop up a lot. And I would just scroll if you'd like. If you like scrolling, scroll. If not, pick him up for about 20,000 and below. And yeah. Alright, so for the next filter, we'll go same. You can see George Mearson, center, dark matter, then team, it's the Wizards. And the max buyout should be around 9,000 MT. And you'll see a Kristaps, and you can see Manute Bull on this filter too. So once you get the max buyout, alright, so he's a little bit more. Once you get the max buyout to this, and you can just scroll on the cheapest Kristaps you see. And if you want to enable Kristaps, you can. And just set your buyout to the cheapest George Mearson. But I would not do that. I would just scroll on Kristaps and hope for the best and see if you can see a Manute or a Big George. Alright, so for the next filter is just the center dark matter filter, no team. And the max buyout should be around 6,000. Because people always put up regular center dark matters for cheap because they don't realize how much they are. So yeah, 5,000, 900, and 6,000. So I would pick them up for about 5,000 and below, maybe 4,500 and below, and just sit on this for a couple minutes and try to get as many snipes as you can. And for the last filter of the video, we'll be going over dark matter regular. But if the cards you see pop up for 3,300, do not buy them. They are not snipes because you can quick sell them for you'll be losing MT if you quick sell them. So the cheapest one's about 3,600. So sit on like 3,000 and just refresh on this and resell them for about 3,500.